Teofimo Lopez Sr. says, my son will be two-time undisputed champion by 2024. All right, let's talk.
Push the weight in no flex. The livest one in the section. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You will run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Drew Titan, Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Before I get into the facts of the situation, can I ask y'all a question? Do you think that Teofimo Sr. is trolling at this point? I mean, let me know in the comment section. Is he trolling? Is he dead ass, like serious? I need to know. I really need to know. Because if he's trolling, then, I'll take the video down. I mean, find a source where he says, man, I'm just playing, We're going to try and be undisputed at 140, because we ain't want to do it at 135. Well, Drew, what are you talking about? Well, first, let's get through this article. You can read it yourself on Boxing Scene. I'm going to read this article, right? And I'm going to point something out at the very end. Well, I'm just going to go through it as fast as I can. Okay. He says Teofimo Lopez would make quick work of George Kambosos Jr. during their showdown in 2021, so they thought. But Kambosos was given a nod. We all saw it. He's going to get, Kambosos out of there. Boom! Dropped in the first round. He couldn't catch him ever since. I think George had trouble around 10 or 11, but he recovered, finished the fight, and I had him winning a close fight. But he won it. All right, it says here, still in spite of their humbling experience, Team Lopez has done their best to distance themselves from that unexpected defeat. Of course, because, they weren't screaming about no rematch. He's still doing backflips in the ring. I swear I read this. Teo does this infamous backflip in the ring. This time he did it. They were packing up the cameras. There was no one in the damn Hulu theater. They were gone. It was an empty arena. He's still doing backflips. That was like sad to read. I said, woof. I hope the young man's all right. Says having completed the 135 pounds for approximately, after competing at 135 pounds for approximately half a decade, Lopez is believed that a change of scenery was well needed. So far, so good. Lopez made it look incredibly easy against French contender Pedro Campa earlier this year. He looked good in that fight, but, you're as good as your opponent is. All right? With Lopez adjusting well to life against larger men. Okay. I recall Teo Sr. saying that their mistake was hanging around 135 too long. So please, let's not act like 140 is larger men, because I'm not clear, but how long did he say Teo should have been at 140 the whole time? Please don't hit me in the head with this larger men stuff. Stop. See, you got to these writers, they're very clever. Well, let me go ahead. The former unified. See, look, words are important, y'all. The former unified lightweight champion will attempt to solidify his name as a true top contender when he takes on Sandor Martin on December 10th at the Hulu Theater in Madison Square Garden. Well, is he in the big house or is he in the Hulu Theater? I'm not sure. It just says Madison Square Garden. Okay. While Lopez Sr. is encouraging his son to remain focused on the task at hand, he can't help but to salivate over the possible matchup against WBO titleist Josh Taylor. Now, see, here we go. Putting the carriage before the horse. You got Sandor Martin in front of you, who's not a pushover, who retired Mikey Garcia. Sandor Martin, a Spaniard. He ain't coming in to mess around. Now, I'm sure Teofimo will still be favored to win that fight. Okay. But this is the mistake that y'all made last time. George Kambosos was a heavy underdog, and you postponed that fight like a million times. George Kambosos was a heavy underdog, and he went there and beat you. All right, you was supposed to be fighting Pedraza. He got sick. Now you fighting Sandor Martin. You gotta, please, Senior, stop worrying about guys you're not in the ring yet. I personally think Josh Taylor gonna whoop your ass if you make it there, but you gotta make it there, man. Have you learned nothing? Well, I'll continue to read. It says, we definitely want that Josh Taylor fight right after the Martin fight, said Lopez Sr. during an interview with AV Boxing News. We're not overlooking Martin. We got to get through him first. Blah, 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 blah. Stop, bro. Okay, all right. Okay, because this is a short notice fight now. So it goes on to say, Taylor, he had to relinquish the majority of the world title belts. The bottom line is he was undisputed at 140. We saw it, but due to the business, he had to relinquish a lot of belts. All right, he had that little bump in the road with Jack Catterall, but he got the nod. They have history. I don't know what happens with them down the road, but what it says here, after months of back and forth negotiations that were littered with mandatory title defenses, Taylor voluntarily vacated most of the world titles, leaving him with just the WBO crown. So basically what they're saying is, they're eyeing the WBO crown. Okay, that's cool. In all likelihood, the two will officially share the ring against one another once more in the first quarter of 2023, although their initial bout ended in controversy. Lopez Sr. has a hunch that Taylor will up his game in an immediate rematch, resulting in a clear victory. Whatever, man. Look, here's what I wanted to get to. All right, he's talking about Josh Taylor. He wants to make that fight. Okay. Here, look at the very end of this article. Link will be in the description. You can read it yourself. Word for word. This is a quote from Teofimo Sr. We're coming out here to become undisputed back to back. So who the hell we got to get through to get that? We're going to make it happen. I predict my son will be two-time undisputed champion before the year of 2024. If not 2024, he'll be two-time undisputed champion. That is the article. Link will be in the description. Here are my thoughts. Cocaine is a hell of a drug. Cocaine is a hell of a drug. Newsflash. Are you listening? Yo, look, if you listen to this video, lean forward. Lean forward to the screen of your phone. Put it to your ear. If you're by your desktop, turn it all the way up. I need you to hear this. You ready? Teofimo Lopez was never undisputed. It never happened. He was short one belt. The WBC title. He had a franchise title that he lifted off of Vasily Lomachenko. That Lomachenko he requested from Mauricio Suleiman. They voted, they gave it to him. He can't be franchise champion and regular WBC champion at the same time. So he vacated the WBC strap, in which Devin Haney picked it up. He had that belt. He went into the fight with Teofimo. He lost the belt. Oh, by the way, the rule used to be that once you're franchise, you can't lose it. It is a special status. I don't know why they made it a physical belt, but they did. They should have made it a trophy. They should have made it a jacket like in golf. When you win, they give you that ugly green blazer. No, they made it an actual belt. Now you got fools running around, and instead of facing their mandatories, they accept the franchise status because franchise champions do not have mandatories. It wasn't supposed to be transferable, but what Teofimo Lopez did was they hit up Mauricio Suleiman, and they requested it. And they gave it to him once he beat Lomachenko. And this fool was running around talking about I'm undisputed. But it's not only him. He had help. This is ESPN. Male undisputed champs in a four-belt era since 1988. Devin Haney, Jamel Charlo, George Kambosos. Pause. That's not real. George Kambosos never had the WBC strap, and this is old. Since then, George took Teofimo's belts and that franchise belt. Devin had the WBC belt. He beat George not once, but twice. He beat him and became undisputed, then defended it. And now Lomachenko's on the radar. So the discrepancy here is George Kambosos Jr. and Teofimo Lopez Jr. They should not be on this list. Canelo deserves to be on the list. Josh Taylor's on the list. Usyk's on the list. Bud Crawford is on the list. 140, he was undisputed. Jermaine Taylor, Bernard Hopkins. The two fakers is Cambozo and Lopez, but you let them tell it. This is ESPN. You let them tell it. A casual will argue you down and say that they were undisputed. They were not. So when this man gets in this article and says, two-time undisputed, it's a farce, it's a lie. That's why we're here. Look it up if you think I'm bullshitting. Bronx on deck.
Move!